I'm free. I'm done. I'm good. I've experienced everything. Hey guys, welcome. Today's video is a special one. One of the most special videos I've ever put out because this morning my husband and I signed adoption agreements for two precious, beautiful little girls. All of my emotions, my sorrows, my worries, my sadness went through my body, through that pen and onto that paper. I know it sounds silly, but the moment I signed that document, I was just like, I'm free. I'm done. I'm good. I really wanted to sit down with my husband and announce this to you guys, but he had to race home right after we signed paperwork, get dressed, pack his bag, and go on a work trip, which is so sad, but he'll only be gone for 3 to 4 days, so it'll be okay. But as he was leaving, we were able to get some clips I wanted to share with you guys, and I did ask him how he felt about this day, so check it out. How do you feel, babe? He finally signed the paperwork after almost 3 years.
Oh man, it's been a long journey. It's all worth it, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I'm not saying the names yet, but it's okay.
Uh-oh. It's worth it for babies. Uh-oh.
Say bye, Daddy.
I'm going with him.
You're going with him?
Oh, wish.
You can fit her in the luggage. No. Curl up like a ball.
Crawl like a ball.
Oh yeah, like put her in a package.
Put her in a package.
Yeah. What?
If you have been following my foster care to adoption journey, you know that this has been a rocky one. My strength has been put to the test. It has been a very difficult journey, and these girls have been in foster care for way too long, and it's finally time for them to get some permanency, and I'm over the moon. So my husband and I went to social services building this morning after we dropped off the kids, and we read through all the documents that we needed to sign. There's an adoption agreement and many other things that we need to sign. Once we signed all of those documents, it means that we agreed to all the terms of the adoption. We were able to put down whatever names we wanted for them, what we wanted on their birth certificates, which is crazy. I mean, after my journey is all said and done, I'm going to make another video about what actually happens after adoption. There's so many things that go into it. There's like a new birth certificate and social security cards and all these things that go into it. I know some of you are kind of curious about it, and there's a lot, and I was actually surprised to learn a lot about it. So I think that it definitely warrants a whole new video so you guys can get some education regarding that. After we signed all the documentation, what happens then is the social worker does her signatures, she makes sure everything's correct, and then she files it with the county records. County records records it, and that once it's recorded, the adoption in my mind is pretty much 85% done. I don't know where I came up with that number, but me actually physically signing that documentation with my husband, it's for me is agreeing and promising to care for them for the rest of their lives. Once we sign that paperwork, they are legally our children. They have the same rights as our other children, and we promise to treat them as if they were our own and share like financially and such later on. You know, they would be part of our financial plan in the future, you know, with inheritance and such. So as you can tell, it was a very special day. It was a super special moment for my husband and I to just sit in that room with the worker and sign all the paperwork and just have it be done. But there's also a whole another part to today that I'm not going to get into because it is very personal, but I do want to give you an idea of what can happen in that room. A lot of the things that we found out this morning were confidential regarding birth parents, the reason why they were initially removed. We spent a very good amount of time there going through. I wish I took a picture. There was literally, she rolled in a cart of documents, of stacks and stacks of folders with, you know, all the court documentation, the transcripts, the, you know, reports from police and whatever was the reason that they were removed. We read through it all, and you know, maybe later in the future that's something that I'm willing to get into, but it's very, very personal. Let's just say I was shocked. I was surprised. I learned more about these girls in 20 minutes by reading all the reports, the reason why they were removed, and their family's history and background than I knew in almost 3 years that we've had them. In my past adoptions, we were given all of those records. Like, I have huge folders, you know, of everything, and we were able to take it home and read it through at our leisure. With this specific county, this is the first time we've adopted through this county. They don't do it like that. We go, we read it all, we can't take it home. But I will say that the adoption worker did an amazing job of kind of summarizing a lot of the things that she thought would be beneficial for us, you know, to later tell them, or something we would need to know, or things that we should probably know about, like medical stuff, history stuff, main reason why they were entered in care, you know, things about the parents, like how they grew up and such, things that would be beneficial to have later to tell the girls if they're curious and if they want to know. It's really sad when you think of it to know that, like, their life before us or before they were adopted, all we have, we don't have baby pictures or anything, all we have is just this binder. And my husband and I, some of the things that are in there, we both made a commitment to each other that we're never going to share with the girls because it's just, it's not needed. Yeah. They don't need to know. I don't want them to know. The things that we decided not to share are not things that we want to hide for selfish reasons or to, like, you know, pull the wool over their eyes. Absolutely not. We are super open with our adoption. You know, the girls know a lot, actually, and that is our, you know, game plan in telling our kids things about their adoptions and about their past life is we're honest with them from the start. Like, they know, like, older kids know they have siblings. They know who their Grammy is. They know who their tummy mommy is. They know these things. You know, that is how, you know, that's how we want to raise our children, to avoid any blowouts or major things that happen in their adolescent years that they find out that they didn't know before, and affecting our relationship, affecting the relationship with their birth parents. We try to avoid all of that. So we are very open with our adoptions. But some of the things that we learned about their life previously before us, we just don't want to share. But that's all I'm going to touch bases on that, because I want to be respectful to the family members, and it's just very private, and I don't want the girls looking back on this one day going like, oh my God, everyone knows that, you know. Absolutely not. So that's what happens. Everything is signed and recorded, and then we wait for a court date. Hopefully we will have a court date soon. I don't know, like I said in a previous video, my first adoption of the twins, they took about 6 months from the time we signed to the time we went to court to get the final judge's signature, which means when you get that signature, that's it, done, you walk out free. Signing the adoption agreement today means that they are no longer foster children. They are no longer in foster care. They're not adopted by us yet, but they're no longer foster children. So there's like this weird gray area in between when they're not foster kids and they're not officially adopted. So we're hoping that we can speed it up and get to the next step quickly, so honestly we can live our life, because this has been a major roadblock, like emotionally in my life, like really living my life to the fullest. So I'm excited to move on. So we are currently waiting for a court date, and I'm so excited to be able to share that court date with you guys, and then I cannot wait to share our adoption day and our celebration and everything that goes along with that, and also their beautiful faces and then their names. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm hoping these things happen like really quickly so we can move on. I really hope that it happens before Christmas. That is my goal. I want to enjoy, you know, my Christmas morning and my Christmas holiday knowing that officially they are our children and we can move on. But if you guys have any questions regarding what happens on this day, the documents that are signed, how the process, if I didn't touch bases on it, I try to just give a general idea of what happens on signing day. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are foster parents and you're on the road to adoption, where you are in the process, so that I can follow in on your journey. Let's be sensitive and supportive to everyone's journey. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.
Hi guys! Welcome to none of our videos. Just 7
I mean family and uncle. As you can see, I have a sister. But I don't want to show you my other sisters since they're not adopted yet. Wait, this is half of her face, half of her face. That's half of her hair. She is only 4.